And hey, Facebook. So I got you both on, and I am excited to be here because I want to talk to y'all about something that I'm actually going to be spending a little bit more time on in the upcoming weeks. So thank you for joining us, guys. I know it is Monday morning. Y'all are getting ready to get your week started like champions to get out here and really make some things happen. But I want to hop on really quick and talk to you guys. My name is Nicole Cooper, and I'm an online business consultant. I help people turn their ideas into income, turn their passions into profits, and show people how to really get in alignment with their assignments and turn their vocation into their future dreams, destinies, and goals, right? But I want to hop on here, and if you guys want to learn more about me and connect, we will be launching soon. I'm excited, but go to yoursixfigureyear.com. That's SIX. And you can get a free focus formula guide, a gift there that we have for you. So feel free to log in there to stay connected at Your Six Figure Year. But I want to hop on, guys, because it's been a while since I've been on. You know, I love Facebook memories, and for the fact that they continue to pop up things that you've done over the years. And a video popped up from me on Sunday or Saturday, and it was me 4 years ago or 3 years ago. And it was just a different level of energy that came from me. It was an excitement. It was a passion. I can just see myself. And I was like, man, I don't even feel like that woman anymore. Like, I don't feel like I am her. What happened? And why is it that I'm very hesitant to take pictures, to post on social media? I'm very hesitant to do videos on social media. I haven't even really, you know, I'm a consultant, so I work with different clients. I'm behind the scenes of people's 6- and 7-figure empires, you know, strategizing, building stuff. I'm silent partners in people's companies. And so I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I've been pushing a lot of people out there on the forefront. And I had to have a conversation with myself about, why am I not doing what I always wanted to do? And I realized that I'm so disgusted with the internet now, because everybody looks the same, they sound the same, they saying the same things. The information is duplicate. You can tell people are taking courses, getting that information, turn around, putting their spin on it, throwing it back out there, regurgitating it. And a high level of like desperation has taken over, where people who just need to make money are just doing things and putting it out there. And also just this sense of, because I can, I will, right? And I feel like I'm at a fashion show. I'm at like New York Fashion Week, where everybody's wearing the same outfit, and everybody is wearing, you know, everybody on the runway looks the exact same. It's like you cannot see any real unique, and in business we call it a unique selling proposition. You can't see anything unique about what's out there today, right? Hey, Ebony, it's so hard to find people that are not becoming a duplicate of somebody else. And it blows me away that celebrity has taken precedence over quality, right? That popularity has taken precedence over purpose. This generation that we're in, there's become deception on what is really of quality, right? It's like, if I go to your Instagram account and you got 100,000 followers, and I'm assuming that I should follow you. And the reality is you don't know what that person paid to build that account up. But I want to talk to you guys today about why people sound the same and how not to become one of them. Because I feel like so many of us now have gotten heavily influenced by all the noise out there, to the point where you no longer even know what your own voice is, right? You no longer know what you really like. You no longer know what you really want to do. You no longer know if your gut, you should go with your gut or you should go with the guru, right? Listen to the guru. And if the guru says that if I don't have this, and that, I'm not good enough, then my gut, I need to shut it up and follow the guru and try to become the guru. No, let's kill all these myths right now about those things. And I want to just kind of help you guys put some things back into perspective that will help build your self-esteem, that will help remind you of who you are, that will inspire you to get back to do what you know you were called to do, and that will help you to know that no matter what everybody else is doing, but when you pick your path, you too can begin to profit, right? because the name of the game in this season is making money doing anything, right, online. But I did a speaking event this weekend in Columbia, South Carolina. It was a workshop called How to Turn Ideas into Income. And asked to speak. I was asked to speak on 7-figure strategies, right? It was like 7-figure business strategies and blah, blah, blah. And I remember hearing the topic and I was like, I do help people build 7-figure businesses. I know how to build a 7-figure business. And I know that it sounds extremely appealing. But I ended up talking to the host and I said, I'm not feeling good about the title. I said, number one, I don't feel like the people who are coming are even really ready for that, right? And I feel like it's hype. It's a very hype title and I don't do hype. And so I told her, I said, who is in your room? What do they need? What is it that they're asking for? Are they just getting started? Like, let's talk about what the true valid need is of the people that are showing up, because I'm not going to just throw a title on a flyer to fill a room. I'm not doing that. I know a lot of people do. That's not how I work. And I explained that to her. I said, I don't do that. I said, I really want to make sure that I give people what they came for and I'm giving them something that they can really go walk out the room and apply. And a lot of times, guys, we think that if we throw in, I'm big on 6 figures, right? My business, my whole blog that I'm launching is called Your 6-Figure Year. You guys will see it. I'll be posting stuff and we launch on the 26th, and the whole concept behind Your 6-Figure Year is actually teaching people what it takes to build a 6-figure business, and we've categorized it. So I do talk about monetary things because there are things that we do to build up to a certain level in business. So I'm not trying to knock the 7-figure thing because I do teach 7-figure. I have a 7-figure mastermind we'll be launching later on this year. Like, I do those things, right? But I know when I'm going to the masses, it doesn't mean you just grab a title that looks good and say, hey, come on out. And then I just spoon feed you whatever I want to feed you to hype you up, knowing that that's not going to impact your life in any way. And so her and I had this discussion. She said, you know what, Nick, you know better than I do. If you want to go ahead and change the name, let's change the name. And I remember we changed the name. And the night before I spoke, I have a lot of different presentations that I do, right? I can talk about anything from internet marketing, launching a business, growing a business, whatever. But I prayed. I was praying. I was like, Lord, you know what do I need to give the people that are in this room? Because I'm not going to be another voice that's like Charlie Brown, where I'm talking and none of it is registering to the people. This has to hit home. I want them to walk out the room and feel like it's doable, feel like it was for them, and that they know exactly what steps they need to take to begin to manifest their goal, right? So long story short, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all Friday night. I think I went to bed at about 1 o'clock. I was talking to a client till 1 o'clock in the morning. I went to sleep. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I wrote the presentation out. Now, I already had one, but I just kind of edited and modified it. And let me tell you what took place in that event that actually was such a great inspiration to me, right? So mind y'all, I got content for days. Y'all know I own a content company. So I can literally type in any subject on my computer and a PowerPoint's going to come up that I've done. A training's going to come up that I did, blah, 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 blah. So I had this training that I did years ago. And this PowerPoint was called Personal Clarity, right? Personal Clarity. And I went through and I modified it. And I wanted to make it where I showed you how to take your idea and show it into income, but I wanted your idea to be connected to you and what you saw, not what I should tell you your idea should be, right? So I started going through all these different exercises and putting them together because I was like, I'm not about to stand in front of the room from 10 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock p.m. and have these people listen to me run my mouth. Like, don't nobody want to sit up there and listen to nobody talk that long. It's just way too long. So I said, we're going to have a workshop. We're going to actually implement and do activities. I'm going to make sure that people are literally having aha moments. And I really want to make sure that folks are connecting to the content that we are discussing so that they literally are now beginning to see the light for this idea or concept that they had. So we ended up, I had the first exercise we did when we got in there is I said, I want you guys to write down what is it that you really, really want? And what do you want your life to look like? And I said, I want you to write down your ideal day. And I said, think about it from a standpoint of where you wake up, like what does your environment look like, right? I want you to think about who are you with, what are you doing, and what are you preparing for, right? What's ahead of your day? And I want you to be very descriptive. Like what are you looking outside of your window when you wake up in the morning, right? When you walk into your closet, how do you feel? What kind of clothes are you grabbing, right? When you sit down to eat, what are you listening to, or what are you talking about? When you get ready to move forward to go into your work day, what kind of work, where are you going to work? Are you leaving your house to go to work? And if you are, where are you going to? What is the atmosphere like? You know, who are you connected to and how are you working? I want you to be so descriptive. And I said, I want you to act as if it's already manifested. It's happening right now. And I want you to speak of it in very descriptive detail. And I said, what I don't want you to do is edit it out and say that you can't afford it or you can't. There's nothing too far-fetched for this exercise. I want you to map out your perfect ideal scenario and ideal day, right? And I gave them 10 minutes to do it. Well, I gave them 5 minutes. And then when I stopped at 5 minutes, and they was like, no, we need more time. And I can see the heads like nodding. I can see them getting into it. I can see, you know, like the excitement coming as they were going through this exercise. And they began to write it all down. So when we were done, I said, all right, I want y'all to read it to me. And y'all, let me tell you, I wanted to cry. I was so overjoyed to see the vision that these people had for themselves. And the fact that they gave themselves permission to literally be free to write it out without any hesitation of, well, my real life don't look like that, or I can't afford to do this, or I can't. I mean, it was just a spiritual thing. Like the Lord just worked through them to be able to really get in depth into this exercise, right? And so when we were done with that, I actually had them map out all these ideas that they had. So we did a brain dumping exercise. I said, okay, I want y'all to map out all the ideas that you have, all the things that you've been wanting to do. I want you to be descriptive, what it looks like, what are you doing, blah, 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 blah. So I gave them some more time to do that. And when we were done with that, I said, okay, I want y'all to take the story that you just mapped out for yourself, what your ideal day looks like. And I want you to take all these ideas that you have, and I want you to see if these ideas, if any of them, identify which ones on your brain dump for your idea falls in alignment with the ideal day that you have. And I said, if what you put on this brain dump don't fall in alignment with this, then we need to get rid of it. And they went through that exercise and they started mapping it out. And from there, we start talking about what is it that you really want to do and how to take that vision that you initially have and how to bring it to life. And when we were done, I mean, to be honest, usually when I am doing events and usually when I go through this process with people, most people come in a room with so many ideas, they don't know what to do, right? It's like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, right? You have like this overwhelming flow of all this stuff that you want to do, and we don't know which one to choose. But what I loved about this exercise, and I'm pretty sure many of you guys, if you're speakers and things like that, I just gave y'all a free like tip, right? But most of us choose ideas a lot of times that are influenced for various reasons. Maybe somebody else is doing it and it looked like they're winning. Maybe, you know, I took a class and I feel obligated that I'm going to start it. Or people said that I would be good at it, so I should go ahead and I should do it. We have all these different levels of why we're doing something. And that's why we have this overabundance of duplication in the industry and this I have extreme disgust. I was telling one of my clients, I said, you know, it's so funny. I'm one of the reasons I'm a part of the movement that helped to start a lot of these people out here saying and doing what they're doing. And when you start seeing that you were preaching this message, but you preached a partial message that wasn't giving people permission to have a sense of ownership. And what I mean by that is we tend to teach a one-size-fits-all process. Everybody has to do it this way. Like if you're building an online business, you should either be an e-commerce, or you should be doing your own online courses, or you should be an online coach, or you should be this, or you should be that. What if I don't want to do that? What if I want to take a bit and pieces of each of these and create my own, right? We often get so stuck in this, everybody does it this way, so I should too process, that it has now created an overwhelming sense of confusion overall, like in the world, period, right? And when I did this exercise, I realized, I said, this is what's missing, right? This is what's missing, where people forgot what their vision was. And if they did remember, they abandoned their vision and they took on the advice of an expert or the insight of a guru. And they felt small because their vision had not yet been manifested to produce a level of income. So they disqualified themselves and their vision from being valid. And so they said to themselves, well, who am I to do it my way? I need to follow the guru, because the guru said this is what gave them success. And if I do it the way they do it, then I'm going to end up winning. And now you have this overwhelming sense of duplication everywhere. And it's so funny because I've been offline for a year and I've been in this place of frozen, like not even knowing what to do anymore, because I didn't want to be a part of the noise. I didn't want to be a part of this. Let me build my brand because I want to be famous and have 200,000 followers and get everybody to pay me $100 to join my course. And I couldn't do it. I'd rather not make money off of folks and be in a quiet season and wait until I'm clear on what to do than to take advantage of an audience that trusts, believes, and follows and listens and is willing to, receive what I share. I'm willing to walk away from that if I'm not clear, to avoid creating more chaos in their life. And just make sure that I'm operating from a place of integrity, right? And that's what I've done. Like I've walked away from a lot of money because I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of the noise or the confusion, because on the back end of what I do, most people who are my clients are people who have gone out and spent thousands. I mean, y'all, I got people who've come to me and was like, Nick, I've spent $60,000 with this person. I dropped $40,000 with this person. I went to this $20,000 mastermind and I got this stuff and I have no idea what to do with it. And they come to me with their fragmented, broken pieces, and I say, let's sit down, let's talk about what you wanted, and let's figure out how to make these pieces come together to bring your vision to life. And that's what I do with most of my clients. So I'm very hands-on with my clients. These are a totally different level of clients, right? But most of my clients that come to me have gone through all the hypey stuff. And I'm not saying the people who they went through are not really good, because there's a lot of great people out there. But unfortunately, when you're not clear and when you're not connected to the outcome that you want, you can easily get manipulated into anybody's formulas and spend a hell of a lot of money and be lost in the end because you didn't have a vision, right? And I tell people all the time, success starts with vision. The Bible tells you guys, my people perish. Without a vision, my people will perish. And so anyway, I say all that to say that if you want to avoid becoming that, if you're finding yourself in this place of stuck, and guys, you guys will see, I've spent the last year, number one, self-care. I needed to take time off and get my head in order, because I found myself spiraling out of control, trying to grasp where it is that I'm going, because I was in this vortex of sameness, right? You come from this process in the system where you see everybody kind of going to the next steps, and you start finding yourself following that path, and you realize it's not the path that I'm in. It's a path that can pay me, but it's not the path that I'm supposed to be in. How do I pivot and get away from it? And I had to pivot and get away from it. But one of the things that I struggled with was, what's next for me, right? What am I supposed to do next? And what I discovered when I was sitting in that event on Saturday is, I know what's next. I've known what was next for 15, 20 years. realize that my vision and my mission in life is to help people understand what their God-inspired idea is versus what help them to take that God-inspired idea and manifest it to become a way that they actually can fully live their life and that it compensates them for pursuing that idea. So what does that mean? It means basically being able to turn your vision into your life's mission without worrying about money, without worrying about if people are going to receive it, without worrying about, because here's what I know for sure. I know that when you operate in your true, authentic self and your gifting, guys, there is no competition. I know for a fact, and I tell my clients all the time, I said, see, what people don't understand, I don't have to follow hype. We don't have to follow hype. When you know who you are and what you're called to do, you can easily turn the faucet on and off. Now, for the past year and a half, 2 years, I've turned the faucet off. I'm like, nah, I don't want to pour nothing out right now because honestly, I have nothing to pour out because I had to fill my cup back up because I was functioning from an empty cup. But I know when I turn this faucet on, boo, it won't take much to bring the crowd, bring the impact, bring the income, bring this. And this is what most people don't realize. Like, you control the narrative of your outcome. You never have to get caught up in the pressure of what other people are doing in order for your success to happen. I know for a fact that I don't have to follow every trend. I don't have to follow the gurus. I don't have to duplicate what they're doing. I don't have to compromise my integrity. I don't have to sacrifice my soul. I don't have to make be living in a level of the what ifs. I don't have to question if it's going to succeed. I don't have to worry about how it's going to work. I don't have to wonder about who's going to show up. I ain't got to worry about none of that. Because you know what? When you operate in the call and the assignment of your life, you become the light in the midst of darkness that so many people crave, that people will come after you like a stray cat that you fed milk to for the first time. You see, if you ever see a stray cat and if you ever feed a stray cat, and my sister used to do this in my mother's house, she would put we had a bunch of alley cats behind my mother's house. And my sister is a veterinarian. She loves animals. And one time, it only took one time for her to take some milk and put it outside the door to feed the stray cat. And guess what? That stray cat came back the next day and other cats came with it. And it got to the point where they were so hungry and they knew where to come get fed that they started opening up my mother's screen door. My mother had this screen door. The cats would put their hand in that screen door and pull it open and sit at the door and look and say, I'm ready to eat. And I learned so much from that analogy that when you operate in your gift, it's like feeding stray cats. The stray cat's going to be so hungry for what you have to offer that they going to keep showing up. And it's going to get to the point where they so desperate for what you have to offer, so eager, so hungry that they going to be telling you, I'm ready to get started. They going to come with notebook in hand, credit card in hand, whatever. If I got to come across multiple continents to get to where you at, I'm going to get to where you at because I know that you were predestined for me in this season to give me what I need to become who I need to be. And I understand that, y'all. And I realize that it is time. Like, I am so excited and so grateful for just all the things that God has revealed to me over the last couple of months and years, actually. And we're going to be talking a lot about this. But it is time for y'all to get back to what God called you to do. It's time for y'all to stop watching all these gurus. You know, it's so funny. I see a lot of these new people coming out, right? And they might release a course. And yeah, you might get your little course trademarked. And your course might be good. It might be real cute, nicely branded. But then they start going off about how people stealing their ideas and how everybody trying to be like them. And I'm thinking, you know, listen, at the end of the day, there's nothing, and I'm not telling y'all to go steal people's stuff. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is regurgitated with your own authentic messaging on it, right? So people come out here and they come up with a great name, and then you get into the content and you realize what's the same exact content. The reality is that's how it is, guys. The business is a business. The system is a system. How do you build a business? It's the same exact way, no matter whether you're starting a donut franchise, a car wash, or an online business. There are specific steps that you have to take to get your business going. But at the end of the day, you have a product, or a service that you offer, you have an audience who wants it, and your mission is how to get your product and service to that audience. Now, you might use creative marketing strategies, and you might be online, you might be offline, you might do Facebook ads, you might do YouTube ads, you might do a blog, you might, at the end of the day, you have a product and service, you have a client, you're trying to make the transaction happen. That's called business. And I think so many of us, we get out here and we start feeling like, well, what if somebody steal my idea? Well, listen, when you operating in what it is that you're supposed to be doing, your audience is so tapped in and so tuned in to what it is that you're doing that you don't even have time to pay attention. Now, don't get it twisted. You have an attorney on staff because people will come and swipe your entire programs, and you do need to send them a cease and desist, right? But my point is that so many people are so good at ripping up that they start getting intimidated about getting ripped because everybody's becoming a duplicate of each other. Everybody's watching to see what the next person is doing. And they're like, okay, well, if she did it this way, I'm going to do it this way. If she said those words, I'm going to do those words. And my mission, guys, is to get y'all to get away from that. And I'm not saying that stuff won't sound the same. It's almost impossible to not have something that sounds similar to something else that exists, because this world has been in existence for many, 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 many years, right? And the principles are the principles. But what I want to get you guys to see is that if you want to get away from sounding the same, looking the same, being a duplicate copy of people, and getting to a place where you never feel fully confident in what you're doing because you always feel like you have to, and can y'all still see me over here? A call came in on Facebook. Okay, good. Thanks for the thumbs up. Happening before you make a move, then we're really going to be having these discussions moving forward. And I'm not going to say when I'm launching. I feel like I've been saying I'm going to launch something for 15 years, and it ain't launched. Working on building a community around this conversation where, no, I'm not going to just teach you how to run a Facebook ad or how to launch a coaching program or whatever. One of the things that I really understand is necessary is how to become of your purpose, of your mission, of your desires, and what pieces we need to know in order to bring those things to life. So what I'm launching is not, I realize that I like business and I love talking about business, but when I work with my clients, they become some of my best friends, right? We're on the phone like all the time because I want to constantly ask them questions about what are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? How are you trying to make it happen? What is the vision that you had? And these are high-end clients, y'all know. So if y'all trying to reach out to me and pay me $47, this is not for you. These clients have me on retainers where, they are 5-figure a year clients. But I say that approach and how I build business is probably different than the average person out here building business, which is why I've personally had so much delay. I'm not going to just launch another course on how to build a business on the internet. I'm not going to just launch another course on how to build a blog for profit. Like I can, and that is a part of it, right? But one of the things you guys will see me launching soon is how to build a business that is based around your personality. A lot of us are trying to do things that we're not equipped to do, right? If you are a free-spirited, I call a blue personality, where you are a life of a party and all that stuff, and somebody tries to get you to sit down and learn Google Analytics or learn how to read Facebook ads, you're going to procrastinate your life away because you're not into details. You don't like going through all that kind of stuff. You want to be like me, turn on the camera and talk. That's where you thrive. And some of us are in vicious cycles in our businesses where they're not making any headway because we're not a techie person and we're trying to be a techie, right? Or we don't like getting on camera and we're trying to force ourselves to get on camera. Or we actually don't like working by ourselves in isolation. We like working with teams of people, but we've been trying to build a business by ourselves. And so we'll talk about that. I have some things coming up, but we're going to be talking about family life. Guys, I was sitting down last night and I was just the Lord was just speaking to me, and I just started pouring out just information about dealing with marriage when you are in business, dealing with being in a family, dealing with, making sure your family is a priority when you're going after them finances and after that money, right? There's so many things about that I learned the hard way. And we'll be talking about how that plays a role in business. And so guys, listen, if you want to make sure you are on top of this, I will be letting you guys know in the upcoming next couple of weeks. If you go to yoursixfigureyear.com and sign up, I will be sending information about how to become a part of this community. We're breaking it down based on what level you are at. But it's not going to be like, I realize like, I can't just come out here and launch a course on how to launch a course or launch a course on how to blog for profit, that is a part of it. But I want to teach you guys, like, how do you schedule out your week? How do you make sure that you take care of yourself with self-care? How do you make sure that you eat right? Like, how do you plan out your weeks when you have so much going on as parents? How do you meal prep? Right? Those kind of things. How do you budget when you don't have a big budget? How do you manage money when you do start making a lot of money to make sure you don't go broke again? Because I've been down that road far too many times, right? How do you put yourself in position where you don't get overwhelmed in your business, but you actually have people that you can go to that can handle certain pieces of your business? Like, I really want to help folks become the full package, that you have a complete life and not just be a public success and a private failure, which far too many people are that you'll see out here on the internet. And so I want to encourage you guys. I know this is pretty long, but I just felt the need after this weekend. I was like, you know, I had a revelation of why I've been hiding and don't come out much on the internet, because I despise it. I despise the duplicate messages. I despise everybody teaching the same. I'm not saying that they're teaching the wrong things, because the stuff that they're teaching is actually really necessary and is good. Most people out here have really good quality content, but I'm tired of people having only a piece of the pie, a piece of the story, a piece of the puzzle, and not the full picture, and why most people get lost. So make sure you guys head over to Your Six Figure Year, SIX. You type out SIX. I am so ready, over ready, to get out here and begin to share this information with you guys and build these conversations. And so in the upcoming weeks, what we're going to be doing is getting started. We're going to have some master classes that we're going to do on these various topics. I'll be releasing the first one. I'm so excited. I've been working on it. So stay tuned for it. And you guys will get a lot more information coming soon. So if you're interested, you know, definitely reach out, put it in the comments below. But just even let me know if this has helped you guys. Take these tips, apply them, go to Your Six Figure Year. Make sure you guys get on that list, and we got work to do. 2019 is definitely going to be lit, but it's also going to be extremely transformational, because it's no more business as usual and doing just what you think you should do because everybody else is doing it. So stay tuned, you guys. I'm excited. Good to see you. Hey, Tandra. I see you guys. I see you on Instagram. And please share this. And I don't know how long it is now, but we need to end it because I got work to do. Okay. So thanks for joining, you guys, and comment below, share the video, join Your Six Figure Year, get on the list. Hey, Melinda. Hey, Demiso. Hey, Shaletta. The page isn't coming up. Really? Your Six Figure Year? Try the number 6. I got to go look and see. And then I'll put it in and let me know if it comes up, you guys. Let me know if it comes up. I have to buckle down and stay on course. Baby, listen. Yes. Yes. Because I'm exhausted. I can't be doing no jumpity jump no more. So let me know if the site comes up. If it doesn't, I'll repost it on this video. I'll see what's going on with it. Okay. Yoursixfigureyear.com. Have a great day, you guys. Have an amazing and powerful week. And then stay tuned for the first masterclass we will be doing. Hey, I'm excited. I'll tell y'all the title later. Bye, Instagram. All right, bye, Facebook. It came up? Okay. Yes, with the 6. Okay, cool. I got to see what's going on with the SIX. All right. Have a good day, you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.